Welcome back to my channel. I am Diva Smith, in case you don't already know, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to install tape-ins extension at the comfort of your home by yourself. If that sounds like something you're interested in, make sure to keep on watching. Love you. Mwah. So lovelies, before we get started, I would like to introduce you to the sponsor of today's video. The sponsor of today's video is Niawigs. They sent me their lovely taping extensions. I'm just going to go ahead and quickly unbox that on camera. So it comes with the care manual. It comes with 2 double-sided tapes for you to replace, and it comes with hair grippers. It comes with 2 packs of kinky straight tapings. All right, so this is just 1 pack on the screen. It comes with 2 pack actually, so that's just how 1 pack looks like. All right, so you want to start first of all with a clean washed hair, but this is me just showing you how my clean washed hair looks like and the extension I have on. So before you start, you want to determine how you want to go ahead to see the back of your head. So you can either use the monitor or you can use a 3-sided mirror. I'm going to be using the monitor in this case. I'm going to leave how I connected it down below. You can go ahead to connect it wirelessly, or you can go ahead to connect it with your cord, whichever one works for you. But I'm doing mine wirelessly because I don't have a cord that is that long. So I found an app and I'm connected wirelessly, and that just helps me see my back more. The 3-sided mirror is also a great option, but I didn't go for that because it just wasn't looking good video wise, because I'm actually filming a tutorial, so it wasn't giving angles that I wanted. So what I've gone ahead to do is I've gone ahead to start parting. I've gone ahead to section out the back part of the hair that's going to cover up my tapings. You want to leave as much as you want, depending on how much will cover your tapings for it not to be visible. All right, so you want to go ahead. I'm going to show you how to use the the comb method later on to kind of check if you left out enough hair or not. So now I'm going to go ahead to take that 1 mouth comb, and then I'm just going to section the front and the back. So I'm using my ear, the back of my ear, as a guideline to kind of just go through over my head. Use that as a guideline. So back of my ear to the other back of my ear, use the back of my ear as a guideline, like I said, and then I'm just going to go ahead and pat it out so you can see what we have. I'm just going to go ahead and section the front out of the way. Then I'm going to go ahead and section my side. So that's all you need to section. You need to section the back that you're going to leave out. You need to section your front, keep it away, and then you need to section your side that you're going to leave out as well. So this is just for something that will cover your tapings after you're done installing, because you don't want them showing. All right, so this is what we're having. You should have something like this. Your line can be straighter than mine. Actually, mine is just wonky, but I think I have a movable scalp, so sometimes it's straight, sometimes it's not straight. I don't know, but we sure got the job done. That's the important thing. So now I'm just going to go ahead and start patting out hairs. All right, I'm going to start patting out the hair on a straight line, actually, as straight as it can be. I don't think it really matters. Just let it be as straight as it can be, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and have that patted out. You see me using the hair grippers. Okay, now I'm showing you how 1 strip of the tapings are. All you have to do is just peel off that white thing. You just peel it off, and that's where the tip actually is. You see how I peeled that off? It's not difficult. It's because I'm peeling it from my back. That's why I'm taking my time, but it's actually not difficult. Then I'm just going to go ahead and attach that taping on the comb. That just helps me better. You can use your hand. You don't have to use the comb, but the comb just helps me better. Actually, doing the comb method was just more simpler for me since I wasn't seeing the back of my head. It helps me not to put the tapings too close to my roots, because you want to avoid your roots as possible, because you want the tape to be as flexible as possible. And honestly, if you put it too close to your roots, you're going to end up with a headache, except it's just me. But I did place some close to my roots and I ended up with a headache, and I had to take that part off and place it again. So I'm just giving that tip. All right, so you just want to go ahead to fill that in and place the other taping. So the taping method we're doing today is called the sandwich method. That's the taping method we're going to go ahead to do. So you can see after you're done placing the front and the back, you want to go ahead to use your hand and press it in as much as you can. Just make sure you press it in to avoid water getting into the tape so it doesn't come off very easily and very quickly. At this point, you can go ahead to add heat if you want to, but that's not very necessary for me. Heat kind of helps the tape kind of expand, and then it firms up back once it's once you use your heat on it, it kind of makes it expand, and then once it's cold, it kind of firms it up back a lot more stronger. But I just felt it was really not necessary to use heat. It's really an optional thing for me. I think it's really optional. So if you want to go ahead to use heat, you can, but I'm going to skip that process, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing I did before. Basically, this step is so repetitive. Like, you're just doing the same thing over and over again, just filling in as much as you want. So I had 2 packs of taping. So I used 1 pack. I'm going to do the calculation down below for you to see. I used 1 pack and some from the other pack. I used that for the back. I didn't really use a lot for the front because the front doesn't really desire, or it doesn't really need so much. So I just did that for the back and it came out well. So at the point I started using this hair straightener, there's no heat on it. Actually, there's no heat on it. I'm just using it to kind of press that in as much as I can and still use my hand to press it in. I'm just making sure it's well locked, and you just want to make sure your roots is not close to your roots so it can be flexible, so you can pack it up as you want. All right, so that's basically it. There's really no big deal to it. You just make sure you're seeing what you're doing. You can either FaceTime yourself to be able to see what you're doing. FaceTime, if you have 2 devices, you go ahead, FaceTime yourself so you can see what you're doing. Or I'm going to leave the method, like I said, down below. So when you're doing the sandwich method, you just want to raise one of the hair up. All right, you want to raise it up, and then you kind of go ahead to remove the hair that are not glued to it. You're going to see the difference of the hair that's glued and the hair that's not glued. You can see how it looks like. Then before you go ahead to place your second tape, which is going to act as the sandwich method. So I'm using the flat iron like you saw me use, but if you have enough and if you want to invest in a taping plier, you can go ahead to invest in a taping plier. I've kind of left some of it on the screen so you see what I mean by taping plier. Yeah, so you can invest in that if you feel you want to. It's something you're going to be doing often. You can go ahead to invest in that. So I'm done with the back. That's basically it. You just want to do it until you're satisfied with the volume and you've gone as far as you can. Then you just go ahead to loosen up those bits you left out before, and you can see how that just covers the tapings. You can see it's not visible at all, and that's what I mean by leaving enough for leaving enough to cover up your taping. So now we're done with the back section. We're going to get into the front section. So one thing you want to go ahead to do, you want to go ahead to divide your hair into 2 equal parts. Your middle part, go ahead to divide it. You can go ahead to leave out some in front. I should have left out some in front, but I knew that once I get to the middle, I'm going to just leave out some hair, so it wasn't a big deal for me. So I'm going to go ahead to leave some out in the side that will cover my tapings like we did at the back. So this is the take home method I'm talking about. So you kind of put the take home in between the parts you've cut, and if it's not showing your silver comb, that means you're good. Do you get? If it's not showing, if the silver comb is not showing through your hair, that means your taping won't be poking out. So that's what I mean. So I'm just going to go ahead and braid that. Okay, excuse my braids throughout this process. I know how to braid. Somehow I'm not just braiding, and excuse the rubber bands too because it's just a lot. But that's how I could tie my hair and keep it in place because my hair is like really fine, and because I straightened it one pass, so it was really hard for me to just keep it down without it loosening. So that's why I went in with the rubber bands. I'm just going to go ahead to do the exact same thing I did at the back. Basically, there's really no difference. So this part, I'm going to go ahead to cut it out because it's too short. I mean, because the hair is too short, so I went ahead to cut. So this is just one piece. I'm placing half of the piece on top and half of the piece on the bottom. So I'm just using one piece for that. So if you want to go ahead to cut, if you don't want to, you kind of just section it the way you want, basically. So that's really it. It's really simple to do your tapings at home, and I really hope like this helps you. So that's it. I've gone ahead to do one side of on camera for you to just see what I did, and there's really no biggie actually. I just went ahead, did that side, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side off camera and just see how it looks. Everything is covered, everything is looking nice and clean. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead to do the second side off camera now, and this is what it's looking like. I finished this and I went back to bed that day. I just went to bed because my arms were tired, I was tired. And then the next morning I went ahead to straighten the hair off camera. So this is what it looks like straightened out once. I only did one pass through the extension because I still wanted it to be kinky. I still wanted that kinky vibe from the hair. I do love a full hair actually. I love a full hair, and my hair I didn't want to relax. The reason why I picked the kinky was because I didn't want to I didn't want to straighten my hair or use too much heat on my hair during the time I had the taping on. So that's why I went with the kinky choice, even though my hair is relaxed. So I just went ahead to put a bit of length, a bit of layering on the hair, not so much, just kind of match my hair. And this is what we're having. Pretty easy, pretty simple. I really hope you enjoyed it. So I'm just showing you the back, I'm showing you the side, I'm showing you how it looks like when you take it off. And my back hair is a mess. I know. I'm trying to treat it, but yeah. So I'm just going ahead showing you how everything looks like, and yeah. So lovelies, that's really it for this tutorial. I really hope you learned something, and I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comment section what you think about the overall styling, the overall installation. Let me know your thoughts down below. All right, any information you need about this hair is in the description box, so make sure to check it out. All right, that's really it. I really love this hair. I really love how it feels. It feels so expensive. It feels so soft. Like, I wish you could actually feel how soft these tapings are. Like, I'm not kidding you, they are really, really soft, and I just really like the texture. I don't really like a lot of attachment on my skin, but like I could actually just leave this on and it's not giving me heat. I don't even know, the hair is just really nice, to be honest with you, and I really just like how it looks. Okay, I really love how I can style it differently, and it's giving me the vibe, you know. So in case you don't know, tapings should last between 6 to 10 weeks. All right, so I'm gonna have to take this off 6 to 10 weeks, but I might take it sooner because I have a lot of work and a lot of content to drop. All right, but this is what it looks like. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know your thoughts, like I said, down below. And that's really it for this video. So if you're watching the end of this video, you already know you're the what? You already know you're the real MVP. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Love you. Mwah. Bye.